Da-da-da-da. Hey guys, welcome to my first ever Netrunner cast. This is from the draft tourney we did in Spokane, Washington on July 14th, I think is what it was. This is using the very first series of draft packs. This isn't the Overdrive draft packs, unfortunately, because we had bought these months ago and we finally just got our first opportunity to play here. Um, yeah. So in this game, I am playing on the right, and I am playing against Jeff. Jeff is from the Spokane Valley area and has come to a couple of our events, and he's really cool. I just want to say thanks for coming to our event, Jeff and JD. So this is the third game in this tournament. My first two games were against Will, but the video quality was pretty poor, so I might post them still. I'm just gonna wait a little while to post them. And I mean, as you can tell, the video placement isn't super amazing, and the video quality is pretty bad since I did it with my phone. But this was just my first attempt at trying something, so I think it turned out okay. So if you want to see a list of the cards I ended up getting in my deck, I don't know what everyone else had in their decks, but I posted that list in the previous video in this series, which was from the draft itself. And in general, this is just simply just a retro deck that kind of focuses on Darwin. That's kind of my big breaker. It's like the one card I have in here, and then I have one special order as well. Yep. All right, so looks like Jeff is going to go ahead and take his first turn. As a corp, he's going to do Beanstalk Royalties, taking it up to 8 credits. And I'm going to go ahead and set some beads so I can see what the playing area is for myself when I'm playing. Looks like we're going to install in the remote and install HQ for him. Great, all right. Run a turn. First action, run R&D. What do we see? Can't tell. The camera angle's too bad, but we know it's not an agenda, and it's not an asset I wish to trash. Second action, I'm going to run HQ. And what do we got here? Looks like it's going to be a TMI. 3 cost, 5 strength barrier. He's going to do a trace. If the trace succeeds, if the trace fails, then the ice dereses. So he's going to put a bunch of money into that. I'm not going to combat it. And then he's going to pay for the res cost as well. So now he's got a TMI over HQ, which is pretty strong, but it did cost him almost all of his money. And it looks like my third action, I'm going to draw a card, and fourth action, take a credit. And pass back over to the corp side again. Alright, corp draw. And I don't know what I discarded there. That's probably a decoy that I discarded, I think. Can't really tell. It might have also been a compromised employee. So it looks like first action, he's going to install in the remote, and third and fourth actions, he's going to take credits. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Alright. Third and fourth actions take 2 credits. Alright, runner action. First, run the remote. No res on the ice, and we have an Adonis campaign. And I've only got 6 credits, so I don't really know if I want to trash that. Looks like I'm going to trash that. He's really low on money, and I need to just clear it since I made all the work getting in there. Second action, I'm going to run R&D. Looks like it's not an agenda. And then my third and fourth actions, I'm going to take a credit. Alright, corp draw. Okay, so corp's sitting at 3 credits. So he's going to install over R&D, it looks like, and then just take 2 credits again. That's a very, very wise play, assuming he has the ice for it. And we'll see. Alright, looks like runner action. First we're going to draw. And I'm thinking about what I have in my hand that we don't know about, because I can't see what the players have in their hands. Second action, I'm going to draw again. Third action, I'm going to Armitage. Put those credits on Armitage code busting. And leaving me with 4. And make a big mess. Great. And one more click. I think I have 7 cards. I think I have 6 cards in hand, so I gotta play a card. Well, should play a card. And alright, fourth action, we're gonna go ahead and install the Cyber Feeder. So not Not the most optimal play, unfortunately, because I don't get to use a Cyber Feeder that turn, but, you know, whatever. I like the rest of my cards too much. So Corp is going to draw, and then he's just going to take 3 credits for his turn. Sounds good. All right, runner turn. What do we got? Oh my gosh, a bunch of shaking on the table. All right, looks like I am going to just take 8 off of Armitage, swap the 2 for 10, leaving 4 on Armitage. And that's my whole turn. I see your 3 credits and raise you 5. Pass turn back to Corp again. So he's getting a decent amount of money now. He's thinking he could probably start getting ready to score out an agenda. I don't have anything to stop him regarding icebreakers, but I do have 10 credits, so I mean I could maybe like stim hack with a Crypsis, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? It's draft. Like, you don't know what everyone else has. You kind of have an idea because you've seen most of the cards, but there are certain cards that you haven't seen because the person opened their pack and took the best card in there that nobody else knows what it is. So it looks like he's just going to take 3 credits for his turn. Not bad. I think that puts him at 11. And for his for runner first action, I'm going to draw. Second action, I'm going to run R&D. And what do we got here? Looks like it is a Victor 1.0, so spend 3 to res that. And then I'm just going to click through both of the 2 subroutines and access. And looks like nothing. And that's it for my turn since that was my second click, and so third and fourth clicks I spent clicking through Victor. So, Corp draw. So at least the advantage of that is didn't really cost any money. It cost him a little bit of money, but he secured his R&D. But fortunately for the runner, it didn't cost any money. And money's probably more valuable than clicks in here. So it looks like the Corp turn, we're going to install over the remote and then take 2 credits. Back to the rotor turn, we're going to install Parasite onto Victor for 1, and then the Cyber Feeder credit. Second action, we're going to draw a card. I wish I knew hand sizes. That would be very handy. Gotta be like Jeff and put my hand out in front of the table. Alright, third action, I'm going to play Special Order and dig out an Icebreaker. And Darwin it is. Here we go. So now I'm starting to be a threat. And then it looks like I'm going to install Darwin as my final action and spend those last 3 credits, taking me down to 5. Alright, so now the Corp has more money than me, but I still have 4 credits sitting on Armitage, so not bad. Kind of just in a building mode at this point now, since he's pretty much iced up everything. And Jeff is actually just going to take a look at the text on what Darwin does. He told me he wanted to see how quickly I could boost Darwin, and it is limited to once per turn as a non-action at the beginning of your turn. You can spend a credit to boost it, and you can spend the credit off of Cyber Feeder as well. So yeah, there's that. All right, looks like he is just going to take 3 credits for his turn. Cool. All right, so runner turn. Oh, I was waiting for him to discard. I see. Great. So runner turn. I'm going to use the recurring credit from Cyber Feeder to boost Darwin by 1. And also, don't forget that I have the Parasite counter as well to set up. So 1 more turn, and I'll be able to get through that Victor if I have to. I think I just drew a card there as my first action. I think I kind of missed it. And we can see actually Drew just in the top right corner there, also at the tournament. He actually won that tournament, which is pretty cool. Looks like second click, I'm going to take 2. Third click, I'm going to draw a card. And for my fourth click, I am going to rearrange all of my cards. Nope, just kidding. I'm just going to fix them slightly. I'm trying to think what am I possibly thinking here, but I don't know since I don't have any of my things. So it looks like I'm just going to take off of Armitage as my fourth click. Not bad. Mm-hmm. Great, and ooh, actually, okay, so yeah, I'm looking for cards to discard. All right, so that's what we were waiting on. All right, Corp turn. He wanted to install, but he forgot he needed to Corp draw first. So all right, first action we're gonna install. Second action we're gonna take a credit. And third action, advance the card in the remote. Great, so I'm going to use the Cyber Feeder to boost the Darwin up by 1, so now it's strength 2. For free! Yeah! And Parasite gets another counter. We'll see if I remember to do that. Ah, looks like we did. Cool. Alright. So, I mean, that could be a trap. I mean, we saw a couple June bugs and a couple Ghost Branches floating around in the draft. Looks like I am going to Surge Darwin, giving it, so I can only play that if I've placed a counter on a virus that turn. And then it costs, it's a card, it costs 0 credits, and I get to put 2 more virus counters on that card. Second action, I'm going to Inside Job the remote. So now I got 6 credits. I think Jeff has 11 or 12 at this point. I can't really tell. So he's thinking about resin that first ice. Now, the thing about Inside Job is, if you want the second ice, which is something really big, let's say, if you want that to go off, you have to res the first piece of ice. So the Inside Job now goes past the first piece of ice, and the second piece of ice is a Heimdall 1.0. So this is my second click, so I can click through. It's got 2 End the Run Subroutines and a Brain Damage, so I could click through the End the Runs and take a Brain Damage, or I could just click the Brain Damage. Looks like I'm going to click through the End the Runs and lose the notoriety from the Brain Damage and score Priority Requisition. Sneaky. Too bad it's not a Nisei or something. That could be awesome. That would be really awesome if he had scored a Nisei. So it looks like he's just going to take 3 credits. So on my last turn, yeah, first click, Surge, second click, Inside Job, and then my third and fourth clicks were to break the End the Run subroutines on Heimdall. Great, so my turn again. So at the beginning of my turn, now we can bust Darwin up to strength 5, so that means it's strong enough to get through that TMI, which is pretty cool. So, actually, I'm trying to think whether or not I am going to spend the credit from Cyber Feeder to bust, to boost Darwin. It looks like I'm not going to. Wait, no, it looks like I am. Okay. So taking Darwin up to 5. Cool. Alright, so strength 5 Darwin, now we can get through that TMI. Alright, first action, draw a card. Second action, run R&D. Looks like I'm going to leave it, whatever it is. Third action, I'm going to run HQ. I'm going to spend 2 credits. I can't use the Cyber Feeder since I already used it this turn. And it looks like an Ichi 1.0, I think, is what I hit there. So that's a powerful card. If that goes over R&D, that could be really scary. And it looks like for my fourth action, I'm going to draw a card? I think I draw a card. Is my fourth action. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, that's correct. Great. Alright, so we're up to turn 19 of this game. Or turn 10 for the Corp. So he's in a pretty strong position. I mean, if he hemorrhages 1 priority requisition off of R&D, he basically loses. Because we're only going to 6. And he's got a pretty strong remote, but I could just brain damage myself to get through that remote. So if he had like a 3-2 agenda, he could put it in there, and it would be pretty hard for me to run. Looks like he's just going to install and then take 2 credits. And so Jeff is just checking the text on Darwin again. Because he wants to... at this point, he didn't tell me this when we were playing, but he told me that he wanted to see if you could clear Darwin, and you can, you just clear viruses. But he had forgotten about that. So first action, I'm going to run R&D. Second action, I'm going to run HQ and reveal a private... sorry, not private security force, private contracts. And then for my fourth click, I am going to take a credit. It's picking me back up to 5 again. So now I'm starting to hurt for money. So I have the Darwin to get in, but it's pretty hard. So Jeff is actually going to play Hedge Fund as his, well, He played his first action and then take a credit. He's going to take a credit, then play Hedge Fund, taking him up to 9, and then he's going to install on his remote. And this could be it. I mean, that's a pretty difficult remote for me to get into. I could boost my Darwin to 6, but it'll cost me 6 credits to get through Heimdall. Alright, first action. I'm not going to boost Darwin, and I'm instead save the Cyber Feeder so I could install Medium this turn. Great. So, first action I'm going to draw, second action Medium, third action run R&D, and then fourth action I'm just going to take a credit again. And I'm just going to let him have whatever that is in that remote, because that's going to be pretty hard to get into. And so, but I did threaten. Okay, if you're gonna try to score an agenda, I am gonna make sure that I win off of R&D in the next couple turns here with this medium. So, if you've got a 3-2 agenda, you're scoring it at a high cost. But instead, he's just going to install 1 card, and then advance that card in the remote twice, which isn't bad. So, if it's a priority rec, I still can't get to it. And now he's sort of protected R&D. So at this point, I'm kind of in a sticky situation. I only have 4 credits. It'll be really hard for me to do this. So, so what am I going to do here? Looks like first action, I am going to run R&D, and he's going to no res. And since I got the medium, I'm going to access 2 cards. First card, and second card is a government contracts for 3 points. And that's game. 6 points. So yeah, that's when you're doing the drafts, those 3-point agendas are, I mean, those 2-point agendas are so valuable because the corp only needs to, I mean, the runner only needs to steal 3 instead of only needing to steal 2. So yeah, he actually told me afterwards that ice, I mean that card in the server was a priority requisition, and I'm pretty sure he had like a wall of thorns over R&D. He just needed to score the priority requisition to run it, and he would have been good to go. So I pulled out the win just in time, it seems. So yeah, there you go. Alright guys, so that was game 4. I'm going to do my other game that I had with Jeff here right after this. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.